Hello guys, my name is Leah Charity of Crochets. Today we are making this beautiful off-shoulder top, which I did using single crochet back loop only, and also I used slip stitches, and these are the sleeves using the very same stitch that I used for the body of the top. It's really nice and very easy to make, though it takes a lot of time, especially when you're not a fast crocheter, but the result will be worth it at the end, because this top is really beautiful and it's really neat. So my client requested that I do a bob tube top, and it has to be a bit tight on her, and also it has to have off shoulder sleeves. All right, so my client's bust measurement is 46 inches. So making this top based on the stitch that I'm using, because I'll be using a single crochet back loop only and slip stitches, I'm going to make sure that this top fits her perfectly, right? So I'm going to subtract 8 inches from this 46 inches, all right, which is going to be 38 inches, all right. So whichever measurement I'm going for, I'm going to aim this at the end, all right. So the length of my top, my client requested that I do 14 inches long, all right. So since I know with the slip stitches it's going to shrink a little bit, so I'm going to make a foundation chain of 16 inches, all right, so that when it shrinks it gets to 14 inches or slightly more than that, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get into it. So making the top, you're going to create a slip knot, all right, and make a chain that is equivalent to the measurement you are going for, all right. So for this I'm just going to make a demonstration, all right. So on my top, which is this top, all right, it's already almost complete. I did my chains, and this part will be my bottom part, all right, which will be by the waist area. So I did slip stitches for 11 stitches, and I continued with my single crochet back loop only, and then I did also 6 slip stitches, which this part will be the top part. I'm doing this so that it gives a good grip above the bust, all right, and the slip stitches also are on the back loop only, all right. So after you are done with your chain, depending on how many stitches you want to skip or how many stitches you want to slip stitch. So as for me, the first one I did I did 6 slip stitches, which is 1, all right, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if you can eyeball this, you can, but if you can't, you grab a stitch marker and mark your very last slip stitch. So since this is the first row, you're going to go in with the slip stitches, single crochets immediately after the slip stitches, all right. Then when you are done, with the number of single crochets, you're going to go ahead and do your slip stitches depending on how long you want your bottom slip stitches to be. All right, for me I did 11 like I said, so you go ahead, do your slip stitches. And you can also eyeball, but if you don't want to eyeball, you can grab your stitch marker and immediately where you started your slip stitches, you are going to insert a stitch marker. All right, remember this is a demonstration, it is not the full measurement. All right, and then when you are done, you're going to chain 1, turn your work and do your slip stitches on the back loop only. And make sure that your slip stitches are not tight, because you have to go back in the loops. So if they are tight, you're going to really struggle. All right, to make sure that you always do the correct number of slip stitches before you could do your single crochets, make sure that you count as you go, or check everything before you could start anything. Thereafter, you're going to go ahead and do your single crochets on the back loop only. Right, when you reach the point of the slip stitches, you go ahead and do the slip stitches. As you can see, the difference where you did the slip stitches is a little bit small, and where you did your single crochets, it's a bit expanded. So you're going to do that all the way until you reach the end of your measurement. Chain 1, turn and repeat the same thing until you achieve your desired measurement. So this is how my top looks like. Sorry, my work table is small, I cannot show everything. So this is how it is folded into 2. So folded into 2, that's the only way you can do your measurements, because it curves. All right, so I folded into 2. It has to give me my measurement divided by 2. All right, so right in the center, I will measure, smoothing it, and mine it gives me 17 inches. All right, 17 and something. And remember, I said my client wants it to fit her like tight, okay, which is why I reduced 2 more. So I ended at 17, and besides me ending at 17, her underbust is 34. So this slip stitches, the ribbing, when I do them, I stretch them slightly. They stretched up to 34 inches. That's how I decided I'll stop there, because she wanted a tight fit. All right, so this is that. What's remaining is for me to join the top together. And joining the top together, you're simply going to grab your hook. All right, and decide the part that you want to be on the top and the part that will be the wrong side. So this stitch is the same on both sides. This side and the other side, it looks the same, and it's really, really, really extremely neat. So you're going to chain 1, all right, and turn your work to join it. Using single crochets, but I would prefer that where you did your slip stitches, you're going to do a slip stitch. Where you did your single crochet, you're going to do a single crochet, also on the back loop only. As you can see, on the side is the side where I ended. All right, so I'm going to go into the back loop. All right, and into the foundation chain, and do a slip stitch into the back loop, the foundation chain, a slip stitch, just like that. This will help me to create a very seamless join. All right, so go ahead and do that. I'm done with my 6 slip stitches. All right, so I'm at the point of my single crochets, so I'm going to grab back loop only, go into the foundation chain, make a single crochet, grab on the back loop, into the foundation chain, a single crochet, back loop, into the foundation chain, a single crochet. So you're going to do that all the way until you reach the point of your slip stitches, and then you do the same way as we did here. So I've come to the end, and this is my very last slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and cut the yarn. So since I have 2 tails here, I'm going to join them together into a secure knot, and would also weave them in at the end, right, for a neater look. So this is how our join is looking. See, it's very seamless. You can't even really see where the join is because it looks the same as the ribbing. All right, so this is how the top is as a boob tube. This is the top part, and this is the bottom part. So now we're going to create our sleeves. My client requested that I do here a very thick sleeve, right? So I decided to go for 4 inches. So 4 inches with my yarn size and my needle. I'm going to chain 15. After your 15, you're going to skip 1 from the hook into the next. You're going to do single crochets. So after this round of single crochets, you'll be having 14. All right, so you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and into the back loop only, you're going to insert your single crochets. So we are creating the same stitch that we did here. So you're going to go ahead and do that until you reach your desired length. So my client's arm circumference is 18, so this non-stretched is 12 and a half. All right, but definitely when I fold it into half, it gives me 6 and something inches, but when I stretch it lightly, it goes to 9, so which means it's going to fit my client perfectly. All right, so thereafter you are going to slip stitch, you are going to join this together the same way as we joined the top. All right, so into the back loop, into the foundation chain, slip stitch, the back loop, the foundation chain, single crochet, sorry about that, the back loop, foundation chain, single crochet. You're going to do that all the way until you reach the end, and make sure that everything is corresponding. Thereafter, you're going to do the very same thing and do the second sleeve. So when you're done, you're going to chain 1 and fasten off. All right, so this is how your sleeve will be looking like. All right, and then you can leave a small tail to weave in and cut your yarn. So now I have both my sleeves ready and they're waiting to be joined. All right, Joining the sleeves, you're going to fold your top into half and making sure that the join is going at the back. All right, if you may, you can count your stitches, but if you can eyeball, it's still okay. Thereafter, you're going to turn also your sleeves inside out, and then where you did your join, you are going to put it in the middle of the other side of your top where it's the side, and you put a stitch marker. Thereafter, we are going to count these two, which I would count as 2, 4. All right, and then right from here where this one is, you're going to insert your single crochets. So remember, it's 1, 2 before the middle, and then go on this side also 1, 2. You're going to join just up to that part. All right, so you're going to make a knot so you could connect your sleeves, right? And remember, from the center, 1, 2, right after it, and then the side on 1, 2, 3. Okay, insert, and do your single crochet in the other side, single crochet, so you're going to make a single crochets until you reach the stitch marker. All right, then you remove the stitch marker, this tails you'll weave in at the end. Sorry about the noise. So this side, because you already have a half here, you're going to just go 1 and 2 right in the center of the second. That's where you will stop. All right, so at this point it's done, and our sleeve is covering equal sides from the middle. This side and this side are equal, so you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn, but leave enough tail so that you can weave in and also weave in this. But if you don't want to use single crochets, if you find using a needle better or easier for you, you just go ahead and do that. Then you'll weave in this and do the same thing on the next sleeve. So yeah, here is our top cleaned up, and these are our off shoulder sleeves. It's all cleaned up. All right, my workspace is really small, so you cannot show the full view, but I will at the end of the video.